What share do most private harm legal professionals take? 33%. As a frequent rule, the private damage attorney will acquire 33% of the closing contract quantity in the case. However, instances that go to trial regularly incur one-of-a-kind costs. The intention of this price shape is to limit the client's economic threat, and hiring a legal professional to symbolize them will I get extra agreement cash with a non-public harm lawyer. May 4, 2022 verdicts in AMP settlements. The consequences of an accident for an accident sufferer are costly. However, research have proven that hiring a private damage legal professional helps you get extra out of a settlement. What if you cannot manage to pay for a legal professional for a non-public harm case? Of course, you should discover a seasoned bono lawyer, or you may discover any person inclined to take your case on contingency. That is, if you lose your case, you might not pay. However, if you win, the Regulation Association will take an element of the cash awarded to you. What is the position of a private damage legal professional in a case? A private harm legal professional is a civil legal professional who presents prison illustration to a character injured in an accident or due to the negligence or lack of care or even deliberate intent of any person. They assist their consumers to get better economic compensation for the accidents or intellectual suffering suffered. How lengthy do most non-public damage instances take to settle? Between 6 months and 3 years. Personal damage instances normally take between 6 months and 3 years to settle. However, there is no average case. This makes it not possible to say what an average time frame for agreement would be. Why do most private harm instances settle? The massive majority of private harm claimants settle to retailer time and money whilst lowering risk. There are without problems lots of hundreds of plaintiffs and defendants presently tied up in non-public damage instances nationwide. What is the most cash awarded in a lawsuit? $206 billion Tobacco Industry Master Settlement Agreement. Most states in the U.S. got here collectively to get hold of $206 billion bucks in contract money from the nation's 4 greatest tobacco companies. A contract will be paid over the path of 25 years. How do you negotiate a greater private damage settlement? 8 auto accident settlement negotiation tips. Initiate a claim as soon as possible after an auto accident. Keep accurate records about the accident. Calculate a fair settlement. Send a detailed demand letter to the insurance company. Do not accept the first offer. Emphasize the points in your favor. Get everything in writing. Can you declare private damage besides a solicitor? If you favor to take felony motion to declare compensation for a private injury, you will want to get recommendation from a solicitor specializing in these kinds of cases. This need to be performed as quickly as feasible, as there are strict time limits on taking felony action. What takes place in court docket for private injury? In the courtroom, the solicitor or barrister representing you will existing the declare to the choose on your behalf. You may also have to be puzzled through your prison representative, as nicely as the different parties' prison representative. Once all the proof has been introduced to the judge, he will make a judgment. How many non-public damage claims go to court? While many private damage claims start the court process, solely a small share, around 2 or 3%, ever proceed to a trial. How do most non-public damage instances get solved? The considerable majority of non-public harm claims in the United States are resolved backyard the courtroom. Up to 95% of all accident contract negotiations are settled in out-of-court agreements. How do you win a bodily harm case? The most essential aspect to show when submitting a private harm declare is that the different birthday party was once negligent. This capability you should existing data that show the different birthday party had a duty of care. Having a duty of care capability that you are predicted to act with a positive diploma of accountability below the circumstances. What is the formulation for non-public harm settlements? The method is economic damages